I'm going to read the names, and I want you to come up here and get your certificate. We decided this year we wouldn't say really what you did. We just need to let everyone know how many of you spent time doing things to help these kids that you're going to see passing before you tonight. As I read your name, would you come forward over here to pick up your certificate? Wanda Ashcraft, Philbert and Sarah Atkerson, Pam Baker, Judy Batchelor, Georgia Miriam Peterson, Phil and Kay Blakeney, Ivan Bowman, Saz Bashong, Sue Cockram, Jill Courtney, Ron and Ann Cowan, James Cromer, John and Trudy Dorn, Eileen Dvorak, Tony and Carol Eldred, Nancy England, Ron Evenson, Richard and Kay Francis, Marie Gooch, Larry Hanich, Burke and Celesta Hatfield, Linda Hawes, Lori Henke, Barbara Walker, Robert and Colleen Huber, Paul and Mary Lou Jerolemic, Gail Johnson, Don and Charlotte Johnson, Marilyn Juarez. And while we're reading this list of names, if you want to stand up and stretch for a minute, you might as well do so. Kathy Karchner, Larry and Barbara, because introduce Nancy Miller, who will give out the Barnett Scholarship Award. Nancy?
The Barnett Band Scholarship Award was started in 1983 as a $1,000 scholarship by my parents. And it seems like every year it gets harder and harder to pick a winner. But of all the applicants we had this year, there were 10 of them, and we think that they are all winners in their own way. But we had to pick one this year, and that winner is Julene Black.
Next senior, Julene Black. Played the clarinet, Barry sax, was in wind ensemble, jazz band, and marching band. Played the contrabass, clarinet, and the alto sax. A business manager of Apple Leaf newspaper, 88-89. Head of public relations for Students Against Drunk Driving. 87, 88, 89. Chairman of radio and television advertising for SAD. Chairman of Christmas Basket Project. In charge of uniforms for Golden Apple Band, editor of the Wenatchee Review, a literary magazine published once a year, Golden Apple Band on clarinet for about 3 or 4 years, jazz band on saxophone, wind ensemble on concert bass clarinet, was in Job's Daughters, First Presbyterian Church member, National Honor Society, 86, 87, 88, and 89, tutoring students in areas such as math, science, music, foreign language, and English. Spirit Club, Junior Varsity Tennis, Spanish Club, SAD member, Apple Leaf newspaper reporter, Dairy Queen employee, Pietro's Pizza cashier, Olympic Credit Service employee. Do you have any spare time while you're in school? My goodness. Jardine Law Office assistant. I file, transcribe from dictation, answer phones, do the billing for the entire office, typing, and work with a computer constantly. Leadership Conference, Solo Ensemble Contest, Honors Courses, English, Math, Science, History, and Music, Most Valuable Player, Junior Varsity Tennis Team, Drum Major Alternate, Outstanding Attendance Award for all bands, 4th place fundraising for all bands, State Honor Band, District Honor Band, Western International Band Clinic, State Finalist in the Miss America Co-Ed Pageant, Girls State Alternate, McDonald's All-American Band Nominee, Who's Who Among American High School Students, Junior Masonic Achievement Award, Washington State Business Week, received the Principals Award for Wenatchee High School. John, don't go to sleep. The Barnett Band Scholarship, the Washington Scholars Award for the 10% in the senior class of the State of Washington, the Presidential Academic Fitness Award for 1989. I really don't have to say anything about this kid, and when I hear a student say to me, I don't have time to practice, all I have to do is think about this kid, and on the award I'm giving her, It sort of reads like a song. If I had a daughter, this one here would be the kind of daughter I would really like to have. And it says, Julian Black, you are the sunshine of my life. Love, Sarge.
Seems as though every time somebody turned around this year, there was somebody in the Sunshine Room. Had a little conversation with Sarge. You know what the Sunshine Room is? That's in the music office. There's a room in the back of the office that we all call the Sunshine Room because the sun either shines in that room or it rains, and it rains more than it shines. So we all got together in GA and we got Sarge this little gift here that'll always show them the way to the Sunshine Room. So,
for approximately 10 minutes, and each class period, all the seniors were gone for the entire period. And besides having all of the parades and the performances on videotape for Sarge to watch in the future, we also took a little time, and all of us seniors got together and, shall we say, let loose on the video in front of the video camera for Sarge to remember us by. There's all kinds of little skits, and you'll have fun with that. There you go.
Who is always going to Rotary, Emery Sencher. Emery is an exchange student from Turkey. I told him that when he goes back to his homeland, that he ought to become an ambassador for his country. I say this with all sincerity. The kid is outstanding. He also is very astute in history, geography, things that other people don't seem to think they're important. He knows a lot about his country, but I'll tell you something, he knows a lot about the United States. But he really is an ambassador for his country. The people who brought him here brought a real plus. He joined us as a, I would have to say he probably was a non-reading musician, right? And so as a non-reading musician, he joined the wind ensemble, he joined the jazz band. He found out that in the marching band there were all these funny-looking drums, and being that he's a drummer, he decided to join the marching band so he could play one of those drums and have a hi-ho time with the drum section. He was a manager of the basketball team, vice president of International Club, senior O&R. He stayed with families such as Mr. and Mrs. Earl Tilley, Mr. and Mrs. David Parks, and then he stayed with the families, last name is Kirk. How'd you pronounce that first name? Hyacinth, okay? And he will be staying in the valley until August, traveling home in the fall to Istanbul, Turkey, to go to the university to study foreign language. I've enjoyed this young man. I'm always kidding him about Rotary. Every time I turn around, he's giving me one of these slips. Where are you going? I got to go to Rotary. Because Rotary is paying my bill. And if I I don't go, they will send me home. So anyhow, and I promised him that the wife and I would have him over for a meal or two before he goes home. If every exchange student were this kind of young man, we'd be very fortunate. We really would. And so for Emory, you probably won't get this through customs, and they'll probably arrest you for panhandling or something on the way going home. It says to a wonderful young man, thank you for your open friendship and for being an outstanding human being. Your friend Sarge, a young representative from the country of Turkey, and he will never be forgotten. Emory Century. Julian's next.
We'd like to have all the seniors come up and stand together for a presentation of Sarge's gift. To Sarge. He's been our band director for, well, for most of us, anywhere from 4 to 6 years. And he's a really great guy, and we love him a lot. And this year we've chosen to give him, we gave him a new conductor's horn and a new conductor's stand. There's a plaque that we placed on the stand, and it reads, Sarge, when times were tough, you were always there, though you felt tempted to pull out your hair. When times were great, you stood beside, watching us achieve with all of your pride. You are a friend who will remain in our hearts, for in our lives you played a very big part. And so we bid you farewell for the times that we've shared. We thank you for being a person who cared. We will never forget you, Sarge. Love, the senior class of 1989.